it's time to go ahead and get this show on the road. We already set up our recruiting board, and my God, how that was a struggle right there in its own. I was caught completely off guard with this new recruiting method and the whole scouting aspect taking more hours to fully reveal a player's statistics, his attributes, and everything like that. So that caught me completely off guard. So we're going to have to approach scouting a little bit differently, or approach recruiting, should I say. We're going to have to approach recruiting a little bit differently. And we went ahead and we set up our schedule for this upcoming season. As you can see in the top 25, they had Texas #1, Penn State #2 in the preseason top 25. You also had Georgia in the top 5. So it's going to be an interesting season. We set up our schedule. We got Kentucky out the gate in Louisville. So nothing too crazy, but something to test and see where we're at this year in this Dynasty rebuild. Okay, so far, it's not looking good on these recruits. Nobody has us in their top whatever, anything at all. Jesus Christ, we are a half star, 64 across the board, Fs and Ds and everything. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a struggle. So already we have one who has a deal breaker that we can't meet. So we'll probably have to take him out. And everybody else locked us out. So that's beautiful. Everybody else locked us out. How convenient is the 4 stars and a couple 3 stars that have us locked out. So yeah, we just allocated all of those hours for no reason, basically. So now it's back to the drawing board. Used up all of those hours for what? We have 300 new hours, but we're going to have to be a little bit more smart going forward. I just don't know how to approach this whole scouting aspect of it, because I need the scouting. That's what helped me out last year when I finally got it. I finally figured it out. It was to scout before I actually offered a scholarship and allocate hours towards them. But if you're telling me now that I can't do that because it's going to cost so much just to scout these players, and I'm going to have to sacrifice scouting other players or allocating hours towards other players, then I might have to revisit the way I approach recruiting. I might have to go back to how I originally started recruiting back in College Football 25, which is offer scholarship off rip, then start allocating hours and so on and so forth to try to win these guys over. Because if I keep going on with this method of recruiting, I'm only going to be focused on like 4 or 5 players. And then if they don't accept scholarships, then I'm screwed because I didn't offer anybody else and I didn't invest any time in anybody else. So this is a bunch of decisions needs to be made, should I say. A bunch of decisions need to be made as far as how we recruit. So we just cleared out everybody that had us locked out and the deal breakers. So now we're filling it back out. We just added the safeties to the board that we needed to add. We need a punter. So we'll go ahead and find one who has a, let's see, this one to do. Yeah, he has a silver badge. So we're good on that. We just need one other target we can add. What else should I add? Let's see. We'll try to go after a running back. Let's go with Woodside. All right, so now we got our board filled back out. Now we need to start using these hours yet again. I might give this scouting a shot again. I'm not sure. We might just have to change something up, because once you get to scouting, for some reason this year, those hours disappear quick. And all I'm trying to do is see what my player's speed is. I don't care about anything else. Let me see that speed and acceleration. If that can get revealed, I don't need to reveal everything else. As long as I could work with speed, I'm good. If I can't get anybody with speed this year, it is going to be a long rebuild for sure. So let's see. We got, to be completely honest with you, I need to be focusing on scouting and recruiting these offensive linemen more than anything. Because as much as I need speedsters at running back and at receiver, and even prefer my quarterback to have some speed, if you don't have nobody to block, then it's going to be some trouble. So I need to really start focusing on recruiting these offensive linemen more than anything. So let's see. Jamison Griggs. We're nowhere on his radar, really, honestly. Even after we offer him a scholarship. Chance Sanderson. Let's go ahead and out him real quick. Let's see. So throw power is terrible. 74. Let's see what Maslowski, however you say that name. So his speed is garbage. 64 is his speed, but he does have 85 throw power. So it seems that they kind of evened it out. Now, granted, we're looking at 2-stars and 1-star players here, but it does seem like they kind of even it out. Like, it's not like they're going to give you somebody who's got really good speed and really solid throw power. It's like either you're going to have somebody with good throw power and accuracy with less speed, or you're going to have somebody with more speed and not so good throw power. I don't know. Right now, I'm looking at 2-stars and 1-star. It could be different for the more elite athletes like the 4-stars and the 5-stars. I'm not there yet. I can't recruit those guys yet because it would be a complete waste of time because they're not coming to Kent State. So let's see. Woodside. Let's see. Hodge. Spin move. Oh my God, 68. That's terrible. Juke is 71. Like, what even am I supposed to do with anything like this? Let me see. 83 speed. Oh my God. 65 catching and 80. Where's the speed at? It's like, okay, I know I normally look for guys it's like 93, 94, 95 and above. I can tolerate 87, 88-ish. Y'all giving me receivers with 83 speed? What's the linebackers looking like? Because I know the edges ain't got no speed. Okay, so the linebacker got some kind of speed, 81. That's not a ton of speed, but it's what I'm looking for because I like to get these linebackers and move them to defensive end so I can have fast ends. All right, so let's see what Roto look like as far as the cornerback is concerned. We'll go ahead and contact friends and family for him. Lamar, friends and family for you as well. And we got 5 more hours for the week. We're going to go ahead and pawn that off on somebody else real quick and revisit whatever else we have left to do this week. Okay, so now we can get out of this recruiting, which is hell on wheels. Check out these top stories right quick. So Kansas State, number 17 Kansas State, is facing off against the number 18 Iowa State Cyclones. Then you got Sam Houston versus Western Kentucky. Should be a dub for Kentucky. I mean, they're a little better, but nothing too major. We can go ahead and advance to the following week and see what tasks we have ahead for us then. Let's see if we make any progress with these recruits this coming week. So, okay, so we have 2 players that have moved us up in their top 10. That's a good deal. But again, we have even more players that have us locked out. What the hell? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm not going to be able to bring anybody in. This is terrible. Look at all of these players that have us locked out. And a majority of this is because I wasn't able to really invest time in everybody because I spent all those hours scouting the other guys that I had no hours left to even show them any kind of attention. And now here we are facing off against Kentucky in week 1. Lord have mercy. Okay, top stories. So Kansas State ended up knocking off Iowa State 38-10. So now we got Clemson versus LSU this week, and then you got another big game in number 5 Notre Dame versus number 13 Miami. So it's a lot of good action going on this week. We kick off this week. Let's see what we got as far as recruiting is concerned. And just because everybody's got us locked out, we got 250 hours back, which is not a good thing at all. You'd prefer for those hours that you invested in those players to mean something and to count, but that was literally like it was just a waste of time. It was literally like it was a waste of time. But then again, how can I really say it was a waste of time? Because the guys we really did focus on scouting and allocating those hours to, they're still up there. These guys, as you can see, are guys we didn't even really invest any time in. Well, we scouted him, and there was a couple of these guys we scouted, but Jesus Christ, there was more than just a couple guys we scouted. So yeah, it's back to the drawing board. We just lost 15 players right quick. So we'll have to add more to the recruiting board from the prospect list. But at some point in time, I'm just going to have to stop going to the prospect list, adding people to my board, and just focus on what I have left on the board and lock in what I can lock in before I start adding people. So we're going to go ahead and fill out again right now for the time being. Let's see. We got a couple edges we have to add. We also have a couple guards we need to add as well. So let's see. We have a silver badge for him. Damn, there ain't much 3 stars left at all. So silver badge for Wayne. Do I want to go with Ania? Let's see. Mike. Okay, so we got our Mike. I might add another one. Now we need our corner since Roto went ahead and committed elsewhere. Let's see what we looking like. We don't have no badge for this one right here. I guess worst case scenario, I could always find safety and possibly move him depending on his speed. I don't know. I'm just throwing chum on the wall right now at this point. All right. Looking like, so we got 3 corners. We can go ahead and add those guards now. We got 3 spaces we need to add, so we'll probably just go ahead and add all guards here. So it doesn't really look like we have anybody silver besides the one we already have on our board. Everybody else is bronze. I might have to take my chance with that. I bet you all the silvers would be like the 2-star players that's available, prospects. So let's see. All right, so our board is full now again for the 3rd time because these guys keep locking us out and blocking us from being able to recruit them because of deal breakers. Let's go ahead and start scouting some more. So we sent the house for Griggs. We're going to try to see if we can create some damage on the recruiting prospect. Or you get what I'm talking about. I'm all over the place because I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing with these other recruits. Let's see. So these tight ends. Where we at? I scouted him. He's got 68 speed. I'll revisit that because I'm not a big fan. Even though he's a tight end, I'm not big into the whole. And this doesn't even make any sense to recruit Jalen Tuggle. He's about to commit to Clemson, so we can go ahead and remove him from the board. What else we got? What else? Sanderson. So Bowling Green is making progress on him. Let me go ahead and try to scout him a little further. So he has the 74 throw power. Screw it. We just gonna go ahead and offer the scholarship and take a chance right there, because we don't want to lose any traction with the recruiting process with him. We want to lock in a quarterback, and it's no telling what Griggs is gonna do. We do have a couple other that we're showing interest in, but again, with the way everything is falling this year, you just don't know. You don't know. Okay, so Hodge. Oh my God, 80 speed at running back. Okay, so Woodside has 87 speed, so that's good. That's good. I'll take that. At this point, I'll take that. With all the other star positions, the speed that these guys have been having between the 81s, the 80s, the 83s, the skill positions, I can't have skill positions with 81s, 83s, etc. I just can't. You got to at least give me 87, 88, something to work with or higher. So let's see. Of course, these edge rushers. Well, these aren't edges. These are linebackers. If these linebackers have decent speed, I can definitely move them in the edge. I can take those edges off the board. So he has 86 acceleration, 77 speed. I can work with that, especially if I'm moving him to defensive end. That's faster than anything I'm getting from defensive end or edge now, should I say, at the moment. So let's see. We got 80 hours left. So he has 56 man coverage. Not sure about scouting him any further. So he has 75 strength, which is good for a linebacker. He has 75 speed. Again, not the best for a linebacker, but if I move him to DN, that could be key. We'll revisit that. So we got 40 hours left. 82 acceleration. His speed got to be halfway decent, huh? We'll go ahead and offer him a scholarship and show some kind of. So at this point right now, what I'm doing is I'm scouting once, see if I see a thing or two that I like, offer a scholarship, and then go ahead and then search social media. That way I could keep a lot of these hours. So that's going to be it for this week. That's going to be it for this episode. We're at the 15-minute mark, just like the last video. So I'm not going to get into game action. Game action will be next episode. But for the time being, as always, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with not only this Kent State Dynasty rebuild, but other college football 26 content going forward. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.